Hola everybody, this is Casey again with Astrologically Sound. So this is the second in the last 3 videos I'm doing where I am going over 4 signs each of the zodiac. So you get to check your rising or sun sign. I'm going to go over where this Mercury retrograde is landing in your chart via the houses in Libra and Virgo, and I'm going to share what the experience might be for you during this retrograde season in 2022 in the fall. So since this is the second set of 4, I'm doing Leo to Scorpio. So Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. And I will go ahead and include the timestamps below for each of the signs so you can skip right to your sign. And before I start, though, I want to include, it'll be somewhere around here, the beautiful Mercury retrograde glyph that my amazing resident artist, Victoria Musgrove, who, she created it, and she's going to be creating many more glyphs for me as well as time goes on that I can use for my videos and etc. She'll also be doing my merchandise, which is so exciting. But she's the beautiful artist that did my amazing intro video that I now have for my videos from here on forward. So shout out to her. She's with Flower Heart Studio, and I will have her link in my description box. Please reach out to me if you'd like to get in contact with her before she has her website up. She's working on it right now. Okay, guys, so thank you. So Leo, hello, rising and sun signs. And again, this is for the exact, let me say this again. So I'm reading the ascendant charts for you guys, but you guys get to you guys also can read for your sun signs and see if it works out, because we're going to plug and play and see if the technique also works for sun signs. Okay, cool. So Leo, you guys are going to have from September 9th to the 23rd, you guys are going to have Mercury in retrograde Libra in the 3rd house. Okay, so Leo rising and sun. So 3rd house, Libra, Mercury retrograde. So let me get my brain going here. So we've got Mercury in the relationship sign of the other, committed partnership, in the 3rd house of publishing and communication. So you might be talking a lot about romance and partnership to people, and it also represents siblings. So first off, Leos, if you have a podcast or you're a content creator or you're writing a book or you wanted to write a book or you wanted to do a podcast, you wanted to create content where you're using your voice or the written word or any kind of content that's like written or spoken, it might be a really great time to start creating or editing. And especially if it has a relationship or romance bent or anything that has to do with like people interacting with other people. Thumbs up for that you have the green light. This is the time frame for starting or editing that, right? During this time frame. And for some reason, I'm getting the download that you also might have like siblings or friends that are like siblings to you coming to you for advice about relationships, or you might be doing that to siblings or friends that are like siblings to you, going to them for relationship advice. But be careful that wires aren't crossed and that you get good advice or give good advice, because Mercury is there in retrograde, so communication can get screwy. And be careful of gossip. Be careful of drama, or that things aren't taken as gossip, okay? and like the like little hens, you know, chirping at like in the hen house, you know. Make sure it's taken in the right way. And let me see. So third house is also early learning. So like grade school learning and curiosity, asking questions, discovery. So I don't know if you'd end up being able to have it's weird, but I don't know if you'd find if you'd find romance if you're a teacher. I don't know if you might find romance in your workplace. I don't know if you're a grade school teacher. Trying to think. Libra has to do with aesthetics and art as well. So if you're an art teacher for grade school, you know, if you have a project to work with kids, because it's early learning, so grade school level art projects, anything with art or writing, or like being a librarian even, this would be your purview. And I would definitely be aware that this would be pointing towards it would be a good idea to like drag out a project, or maybe if you had an idea of proposing like an art project for a local library for kids, or like a one-off class for the local community of kids, I would definitely pull it back out the back of your notebook or the back of the closet and reassess it and kind of maybe build it up, because I think it will be rewarded after the Mercury retrograde ends to propose it later this fall. I think that would be a really good idea. Now, and also just be aware that siblings might meddle into your love life. And just make sure that you're clear with your communication, your boundaries, and be careful of codependency and projection and mirroring, you know, because I just got like a download of like some siblings might be, woe is me, like, why do you always have the best boyfriends or girlfriends, and why don't I ever have any luck? I don't know why I'm getting that specifically, but I'm channeling more, but in for you guys, but just make sure that like set your boundaries, and it's like, you know, I don't want the drama, I don't want the you know, I'm me and you're you, and that's your story and this is my story, I love you, but let's try to put our heads above water. You know, that communication can get a little messy and the boundaries can get a little blurred. Okay, now moving on to end of September, beginning of October, you move into Virgo energy with Mercury retrograde in your second house. So this is values, and could be self-care, it could be possessions and your body, your physical body. So you might be, Leo, drawn to exercise physically, like be drawn to like a physical exercise regime, or maybe a self-care routine that is very physical, like maybe like a sweat lodge, or a spa that has a sweat room, or like a steam room, a steam room. Or like a mud bath type thing. That's a very Taurian type thing, which rules the second house. With Virgo energy, you might also really be inclined, Leo, to get your hands really dirty, like on your property, because you might also, I'm seeing like demolition, like if you have to do any renovations in your home space, you might want to pick up the sledgehammer and do it yourself. That's very Virgo. Let's go, you know, let's get it done. No much, no fuss. And you might get fed up with contractors kind of like messing up the job and be like, I could do this better. Give me the sledgehammer, you know? And I'm not a princess or a prince. I don't care about my nails. I'm just gonna get it done. And I don't know, I'm also seeing like, because second house is about our possessions, and I'm thinking like all your baubles, like what does it have to do with anything? You might have like a yard sale or garage sale this fall. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but it's like about Virgo energy is about purging and about minimalism. So you might see the things that you once valued, but you're able to let go of some things and be able to get cash in order to maybe travel or to have experiences, maybe to connect to other people like family and friends, or to be able to go on a cool vacation to sunbathe or something, or to have some self-care or some projects that you would really, really enjoy to give back to yourself. Maybe you're going to sell some jewelry or something in order to finance something that would really, really bring you happiness, something that you truly value now. And also maybe that you could cut back on work hours, perhaps, because that's Virgo. So it's about, because Mercury in retrograde here in Virgo, that would in second house, that would be like taking your items to an appraiser to be appraised, because that's all Mercury retrograde in Virgo. That's like being assessed to see how much it would cost to be resold, another reword, to be able to get you money to finance something. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. Really cool. Awesome. So I think I got you, Leo. I hope that gives you some good stuff. Please comment below if any of that ends up turning out true for you, or if you have any other comments or questions. I love you. Bye. Hi, Virgo. So you guys are on center stage now. So Virgo, you guys have from September 9th to September 23rd, you guys have Mercury retrograde in Libra in the second house of values, self-care, the five senses, the body, physical possessions. So let me see. So Mercury in retrograde is in Libra in the sign of the other, relationships. So right off the bat, I'm feeling like, so for Virgo rising and sun signs, I'm feeling like your partner, your romantic partner, if you have one, or your besties or your main people in your life, or we'll just say your romantic partner for now, might really spoil you, or try to spoil you, and there might be some flubs in the way because of Mercury retrograde, miscommunications. But because it's in Libra of love and romance, and the other, the sign of the other, the person important to you, in the self-care house. And or maybe you're feeling like you really want to, maybe you're feeling, Virgo, that you need more self-care. You need to have a better balance, because that's the Libra word, balance between giving and being dutiful and of service to your romantic partner or the people in your life. And you need to have a little bit more balance. Six of Pentacles card in the tarot, you need to have better balance and give more to yourself. You have to have more self-care. Maybe you have to have an extra couple spa days mixed in for most of September, and treat yourself a little bit more, maybe you're going to have to put down some boundaries and communicate that, or just decide that you don't need to communicate that and just do it. Be more Aries and just do it. More action. Because the latter half of September, you're moving into the Aries first house in Virgo. It's just like, just do it. No muss, no fuss, you know, because you don't have to explain yourself really. But to keep the peace and harmony with your beloved or the people around you is to not be afraid of confrontation. It's not to explain yourself, not to be codependent, but it's to find that balance of like, you know, I've been working really hard, I've been dutiful, I've been of service, I've been doing my 9-to-5 job, I've been adulting, but I really need to relax. I need to unplug. I'm feeling here, you know, and you may have been fixing a lot of stuff in life for everything and everyone, and I'm feeling like for some reason I'm channeling as well. I'm feeling like with Mercury energy being in Libra here in the second house, maybe you've poured a lot of energy in also fixing your main relationship in your partnership, and now with the latter half of September, October, it going into your first house, Spirit is asking you to also focus more on yourself. Excuse me. And Spirit is asking you that it's okay, because it's Mercury in Virgo in the first house. It's like me, myself, and I. For Mercury rising and sun sign people, no, for Virgo rising and Virgo sun sign people, I don't think it said Mercury. For Virgo people, it's literally your golden ticket to start putting yourself higher on the priority list and be like, you know, if there's any problems to fix, it's, or any cracks in the wall that need to be spackled, it's your home, it's your own self that needs to be attended to, and you don't have to worry about or uphold, make sure that everything and everybody else is running at optimal speed and quality. It's you that matters most right now, you know. I'm feeling that, and it's okay. You have permission to put yourself first for a few months at least, you know, before the holidays and everything gets really, really busy, and we pour even more into our family and friends, you know. Kind of fill up your gas tank and your reserves before the big push, you know, depending on what holidays you might celebrate or not. So yeah, I think it's a little bit of energy, like taking the energy away from other people and more into yourself in a balanced way still, but not be selfish, but just to not be so other focused if you've been too focused on other people, and to pour more into yourself if you've been ignoring yourself on that front, you know. And also to remember that you can, the money that you earn, sorry, little fly, the money that you earn, Virgo, in the first house, that the money that you earn to your at your 9-to-5 job, or whatever way you earn money, if you do, remember that you can treat yourself, with that money. You don't have to pour it into everyone else and your beloved or your family or your friends and every Mike, John, and Jerry, Mary, and Sue. Okay? I think Spirit is saying that you can also gift yourself and provide for yourself monetarily and treat yourself to something special, you know. And I noticed that I'm channeling more for this second series, the second set of signs, but I'm gonna go with it. because I'm an intuitive and an astrologer, but I hopefully it's going to resonate with you guys as well, because I do both. So I'm just trying to see if I see any more. I think that's good for you, Virgo. I love and squish you guys. I hope that worked out. So just remember to put your own foot down and your own needs, and to use your throat chakra when it's needed, and don't let people push you around or to let other people put you lower on the priority list. Okay, sweeties? Right, I squish you. Let me know in the comments if any of that resonates with you, okay, and how your experience turns out. I would love to hear any questions or experiences that you guys have. Okay, bye-bye. Hello, Libras. So Libra rising or Libra sun signs, hello. So September 9th to the 23rd of September, you guys have Mercury retrograde in Libra in the first house. So this is the me, myself, and I energy. And so this is actually going to be it's a little bug. Anyways, how sad. Okay, deja vu. Okay, I'm like a squirrel right now. Focus, Casey. I need water. So Libra, you have your own, we're talking about your own sign energy in the first house. So Libra energy, Mercury in Libra, so that's the sign of the other. You guys are about relationships. So Libra rising and Libra sun signs. So this Mercury retrograde in the beginning of for most of September is going to be having you guys reassess, and might have a little bumps and waves in your relationships, obviously, and also putting down your boundaries and communication within your main romantic relationships, your committed partnership, and the main people in your life. And it's going to be, with Mercury in retrograde in your first house, it's going to be really asking you to be aware of how you put yourself forward in the world, how you project yourself out into the ether. It's going to be interesting. Take note if you deal with people mirroring you or projecting onto you, or you projecting onto others. So there might be people in your life, or even random people that you don't really know that well, and they might be like really throwing their ish onto you, and it's like you might have to firmly but kindly tell them, like, no, that's your stuff. We're separate people. I'm me, you're you, and there's a wall, there's a boundary, you know. And don't let people convince you otherwise that their stuff is your stuff and your stuff is their stuff, because there's a separation, you know. And you know, it's a great time to also, for art and aesthetics and for projects like that, it's a really good time to, like, how you put yourself out there and what your aesthetic is, like how you put yourself together, because the first house is your appearance. So Libra rising and Libra sun sign people, you might really be paying attention or reassessing, might be thinking about what your outfits are going into the fall, or you might have a makeover. You might be thinking about what kind of color palette you like to wear, or yeah, like how you like to your beauty routine. You might want to go for a different kind of regimen with that stuff. And you might also think about what your committed partnerships how they affect how you're seen by the world, by the grander scheme of things, or how they literally affect your affect. Like, meaning, do they give you, does your romantic life give you a pep in your step? Do they make you seem upbeat when you walk out of the house, or do you seem downtrodden? You know, I mean, is your romantic life giving to you, or is it sucking the life out of you? You know, you might be thinking about that a bit. And so then the latter half of September, from the 23rd to the beginning of October, you're going into the 12th house in Virgo. So 12th house is about hidden things, and can be hospitals, or you know, places that aren't so fun, like prisons and hospitals. But it can also be spirit and spirituality and source, having no boundaries between us and source, and spirituality. It can be letting go and letting everything flow. And things being kind of hard to grasp, though, because things are very like Neptunian and foggy, right? Not very structured, not a lot of boundaries. But we have Virgo here with Mercury Retrograde Virgo energy. So the latter half of September, beginning October, for Libra rising, Libra sun signs, I'd say that you might be concentrating on how to bring in money, using spirituality. That might be one way to see this. You also might be concentrating on your health. So there's many ways I'm getting this. So you might be healing yourself through psychiatry or therapy, or like any kind of spiritual modalities of healing, like energy healing, Reiki, hypnotherapy, regular therapy, psychiatry, crystal healing, all that stuff. You might be seeking solace through any kind of spiritual leader or counselor, guru, whatever floats your boat, whatever you feel called to, whoever you feel called to, or any kind of like teaching, like spiritual teaching. You also might be really studying other holistic health modalities in the end of September, beginning October, to treat your energetic body and your spiritual body as well as your physical body. Because you're realizing that not just your physical body, but your energetic body and your spiritual body needs the support just as much as the 3D body needs. You know, it needs a balance. I also see that you might be attracted to you might find routine is harder to, you might find that nailing down a routine is much harder to do at the end of September, beginning October. The day in, day out, everyday mundane things might be really a little bit more difficult to nail down. But you might find solace in spiritual practices and just letting go and letting spirit flow. You might find Tosha Silver and her teachings very helpful during that time, and just letting spirit take the wheel and finding laughter in the moments where you just can't be in control, and knowing that there is a higher alignment, you know, knowing what's the best, knowing what's best for you. And you might, you know, Virgo archetype is so much about the fixers of the zodiac and the problem seekers. But being in the 12th house of what's hidden, you might not be able to see all the problems and seek out what needs to be fixed and find the solutions. But it's to find the peace in that, Libras, you know, Libra rising and Libra sun signs. It's to be able to quiet the mind, the hamster wheel that I spoke about in the last in one of the in the fourth video of the sixth archetype when I was talking about sixth house in Virgo. It's about quieting the hamster wheel in the mind, and it's about finding peace. With Libra and Virgo together, it's very much about not being so much caught in the mind. The eighth, you know, Eight of Swords card in the tarot. It's about not having that mental prison. It's about letting yourself free and taking a deep breath and relaxing, you know. So Librans, I love you guys. I hope you guys got something out of that. Please comment below if any of this resonated with you, and if anything comes to pass that I mentioned. I would love to hear any questions of yours or experiences. I squish you. Take care. Hola, Scorpios. And you guys are my last in this video today. So Scorpio rising and Scorpio sun signs, you guys are going to be starting off the Mercury retrograde on September 9th to the 23rd in the 12th house in your chart. Mercury in Libra in the 12th house. So let's see what this means for you guys. So right off the bat, Mercury in Libra is about relationships. The other, your significant other. So if you have a romantic partner, this is definitely talking about them, or it could be like the main people in your life. But, you know, in the 12th house is about usually hidden nebulous things, because it's like Neptunian energy is very foggy, it's hard to grasp and pin down. 12th house energy is about the spiritual stuff, spirituality. It could also be the shadow aspect is prisons or hospitals, unpleasant things like that. But it's also being closest that you can be to source and just into spirit. So for Scorpio rising and Scorpio sun signs, we have Mercury retrograde in Libra. You know, you might be exploring spirituality and all that's hidden, spiritually speaking, with your partner, with your romantic partner, or with people closest to you. You might be, you might be really, maybe you go on a retreat, a spiritual retreat with someone, your romantic partner, or some friends. Maybe you go on a tantric retreat and you meet someone, who knows, during this time. And I'm trying to, you might also be attracted to doing some healing of any hidden wounds that have been lurking within your relationships, your romantic relationships, because because sometimes the 12th house can be, the 12th and 6th house axis can be about unequal power exchange, and when it has to do with romantic relationships, it sometimes has to do with partners that are not on equal footing. So one of the partners can have an illness and the other partner is a caretaker, or you know, it's a client-patient relationship, or it's like a teacher-mentor relationship. But in relationships, it could be like a power struggle or a power dynamic. So you might be exploring that, or maybe you're, as a Scorpio, you know, rising or sun sign, power dynamics are very much a part of what your journey is on this lifetime too, exploring. And that trust, is someone going to put, you know, use their power over me and abuse my trust, and then how can I learn to not abuse power over people as well, and use the power within my own self in a beautiful, healthy way to be magnetic, to get to magnetize people and things and situations to me in a healthy, beautiful way. That is my birthright as a Scorpio. But with Mercury in Libra retrograde in the 12th house, you might be exploring unhealthy power dynamics that have been happening perhaps in your romantic relationships because of screwy or communication styles that have been passive aggressive, that might have been lying, things that have been hidden from the partners. I don't know on which side, but just you might be wanting to uncover and maybe heal these wounds, of why is there a more powerful person maybe sometimes in your relationships and a weaker person, and why are there maybe communication issues where there's things that are hidden from the other person. And maybe there's codependency, because that's a shadow of Libra, lack of boundaries, and the person's anti-confrontational, so things are just swept under the rug and not assessed, not dealt with. So that's the shadow part. But how can there be more balance and harmony given and more Aries, which would be the medicine of this polarity, which so more me, myself, and I energy, knowing what your needs are and standing up for those, in a healthy way. And it might really be a time to give voice to the fact that harmony and peace and beautiful aesthetics are wanted and yearned for in your relationships too. And connection, deep connection, the beauty in connection, and deep commitment. And also the last part is like the shadow of Libra is or the shadow of that axis, first and seventh house axis, is projection and mirroring too. That people putting onto you or you putting onto others what is inside of you or that inside of them onto the other person. So it's very important to make sure that what is them is them, as what is you, and there's a division, there's a divider, right? But yeah, so but it's just healing the stuff through spirit, perhaps because it's 12th house, so it's connecting to source in a very real way. Also letting go and let spirit flow, and knowing that control isn't necessarily going to get you where you want, and having trust and faith in yourself and others might get you farther along down the line of healing than trying to strangle with power and control, So the latter half of September to the beginning of October, September 23rd to October 2nd, you're moving into Virgo energy in the 11th house of networking and humanitarian energy. Sometimes it's trauma, but definitely healing. The World Wide Web, usually astrology, and brotherhood and sisterhood of humanity. So let's see what we have. We have Virgo with Mercury retrograde. So Scorpio rising and sun sign. So you guys are dealing with the 11th house here. So you guys might be drawn towards maybe being online a little bit more, because the 11th house can be the fishbowl of the online world sometimes. And Virgo is making your 9-to-5 job is making money. So it's your routine. So you might find that you're just online more, maybe it's for your job. You might be communicating more online. You might have to really be careful of your communications online or with a lot of people networking, because Mercury in retrograde can flub up the wires, you know, the trip wires. And you know, Virgo, the archetype is very much about duty and service and doing it in such a graceful way. And the 11th archetype is about humanitarianism and philanthropy. With those combined, you might really feel drawn to give of yourself, or maybe sign up to a project or a charity even, where, or maybe you in fact had a charity or a project of yours that is philanthropic or charitable or humanitarian in flavor, that you kept on the back burner or you put in the back closet, and I would encourage you to take it out, drag it out, and start tinkering on it again. Because with Mercury in Virgo energy in retrograde, it's a time to go back and reapply yourself to it, a reword, you know. And it's definitely the time and energy to find success with that project. After Mercury retrograde is over with, you might find a lot of success and happiness at launching something like that, you know, if you can flesh it out and then edit it and then maybe see where it can fly off. Let it take off and spread its wings. So, and you know, it might have to do with health, a holistic healing too for people. And you know, it really might be a project that helps people find a solution to their problem, because Virgo are the fixers, the solution finders. You know, Virgo is also the critics. They're able to analyze and do analysis. So whatever this project might have to do with, it might have to do with things like that. And again, it might have to do with networking, the internet, astrology, even health, and stuff like that. So Scorpio, this is a long video. I wish you guys so much. I hope some of this resonates for you guys. Please comment down below if any of this did or does. Please include any questions of yours or any of experiences of yours. I would love to hear from you guys, and I wish you guys so much. And thank you for tuning in. Please like the video if it did float your boat, and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to join my tribe, and hit the top notification bell to get my next videos. And I love and wish you guys take care. Bye.